What did you just crack?
Oh my gosh, I just cracked a rotten egg. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm recovering. Oh, fresh air. I need fresh air. Wow. That is one of the worst smells on the planet.
Are you sure it didn't smell as bad as the fridge out there and the barn?
It's way worse than that. Alright, breakfast is in the oven. We had a bit of a catastrophe, so I wasn't able to make the second quiche because I accidentally dumped rotten egg in my egg mixture. So, yeah, I like to do this. I like to make breakfast, stick in the oven, and then go milk because milking goats doesn't take very long and breakfast can cook while we're all outside doing our chores. Good morning. Here you go. Good morning, good looking.
Oh, nobody. Oh, cool.
Alright, Father, can you step back, bud? Our udder is really full this morning. Oh, we don't brush goats when we're milking. All that dirt in here goes into the bucket, okay? We brush before, and if you want, you can brush after, but not during, okay? Did you see what she was doing? Scratching her chin on the gate.
And I saw what do this. Mama!
What do most people say when you tell them they have goats that you milk or a cow?
They say they could never do that.
Is that true? That's what they say?
That's what people say.
I
could never do that. Or wow, I could never do that. Oh man, your feet are dirty. Breakfast time.
This is lamb's quarter and I'm going to saute it later.
I love that you're going to do that.
You can eat it raw and cooked. It's really good.
I love that you like it.
Can you make dinner?
Please make dinner.
Hey, these are good.
How's your quiche? You enjoying it, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Really good breakfast, huh?
It isn't good. It's delicious. It's delicious. It's delicious. It isn't good, it's delicious.
We're taking on weeding the garden today, and we say that many times, but today we're going to try to weed pretty much the whole thing. Every bed needs it. We started before we started filming up here this morning, and we're going to try to knock it out and finish. This bed's been done. When did you do these onions? Bree did these onions yesterday. Plus we need to take up harvesting this broccoli where we left off yesterday when it started pouring rain. Why are you standing so close to me? The umbrella. Tell me what we're doing to the tomatoes.
I am pruning and clipping them up. Tomatoes are a vine, and so as they grow, they can't support themselves, so they just fall over. We like to use these bamboo trellises with string, especially for indeterminates. So what I like to do is take these clips, I'll link them below. These are amazing, not just for tomatoes, but other plants too. The clip has some prongs right here, and it grabs the string. You clip it here, and it holds your tomatoes up. What we really need to do is mulch our beds, so we're not having to weed so much. But honestly, we have just not had time to go get straw.
We are cleaning out this defunct carrot bed, and it's radishes and other overgrown stuff, a lot of lamb's quarter. We're pretty much just chopping it down or pulling it out. We're gonna tarp this bed, and this will get turned over into carrots for the fall. I did get some cool stuff out of it though. There is a little harvest of carrots, which I'll have the kids wash. There's a few radishes that we can bring into the house. Overall though, this stuff is just our summer cover crop, and I'll try to get it to go back into the bed. I'm not sure if it'll break down enough before when we want to plant carrots. We may have to just kind of pile it along the edges. Do you want to wash these for us? Take them to the hose and scrub them.
Sure.
Wash them real good. I'll take them.
These are good.
Nice and tight. There we go. All right, come cut these heads of broccoli.
Look at how big they are.
I don't think it's all going to fit in your basket.
That's okay. Look at how juicy it is from all the rain. Right here, put it in the basket, Brady.
Hey Justice, can you eat broccoli leaves? I guess so.
Is that good?
It's Dad picked them.
Hold it back.
I'm wondering if this bunch is a little bit sweeter and less spicy than the last, because this last week has been very cool and wet, and the stuff we harvested before, it had been super hot. And typically hot weather will make a lot of vegetables spicier. For instance, kale will be a lot spicier and more bitter in the heat, whereas if it goes through a frost, it's very sweet. Same with radishes, they're a lot sweeter in the cool weather, but when they grow in the hot weather, they are spicy. Lettuce too, lettuce gets so bitter that you can't even eat it.
Mama, why did you pick these?
You mean because they're so little? Well, I'll show you, because right here, we harvested a whole head here last week, and then little side shoots grow like these, and so these are as big as they'll get. They're like mini heads. And all of those you have are side shoots. These are side shoots. We got a bunch of side shoots. Now we're uncovering the cabbage bed here, and we're just gonna pull out the weeds. They've shaded out most of the small stuff, so it's just some big ones to pull, because these heads are looking awesome, or these cabbage plants are looking awesome. Listen guys, when you pull weeds from the cabbage, don't drop dirt down into the heads, otherwise they can curl the dirt up inside, and then you can have grit inside of your cabbage.
Sometimes I get tired of it.
We're bagging the broccoli into just these grocery bags to keep it from drying out in the fridge, to seal it in, keep it from losing moisture, and we're going to get it in the cool as quick as possible so it'll last.
Why did you have to go back to Mama? Or we could just walk in.
Arthur headed off to the store. Grace has some things she would like to make, and we don't have the ingredients. Plus we needed ice to blanch and cool the broccoli before we freeze it. So I have the little ones down for naps. I'm gonna head back up to the garden for a glorious hour to work uninterrupted. And I have a couple things I want to do. I need to finish the tomato pruning. I need to harvest peas and harvest calendula. Even though these aren't falling over yet, I'm just going to go ahead and clip them on here to keep them up for when they do get a little bit bigger. If you're wondering how to tell a sucker and how to take them off, I'll show you right now. On your tomato plants, there's going to be a main stem. This is the main stem here. And you're going to have branches coming out horizontally. And then in the crook of the main stem and the branch, you're going to see these growing out here. These are suckers, and you want to pull them off. Now those ones were pretty small, but they get a lot bigger. But I try to stay ahead of them so that the plant doesn't use its nutrition and energy to grow the suckers. And yeah, it makes your plants do really well to keep ahead of those. I've been looking at the peas and they're really just not quite ready to harvest. You can eat these, of course, but I actually like it when they get fuller and crispier and juicier and sweeter. So although the kids have been snacking them like crazy, so I think the ones that they've been eating would be ready by now. None of these are, even though I am gonna snack. If my kids want to come up here and eat 100 peas that aren't quite ripe, power to them, because they're eating some of the most nutritious food on the planet when they do that. Like the chamomile, the calendula is doing amazing this year. I didn't even know calendula grew this big, just like I didn't know chamomile grew as big as my chamomile has gotten. And if I had known it grew this big, I probably wouldn't have planted it here, because all the calendula I've grown in the past was much smaller. So I don't know if this is normal for calendula or if we're just having like a really good year with it. But it's time for me to harvest and dry some, so I'm gonna do that. What I do is I just pop off the tops. And I will go through and do that to both rows and then go put it on a screen to dry since I don't have a dehydrator. This is why the peas never make it inside, because this is what we do the whole time we're in the garden. Almost done. Got some strawberry snacks too. Hey, welcome back.
Thank ya.
Did you get all your ingredients?
Yeah.
You excited? Here's my Arthur's mushrooms, cement, calendula, and lots of chamomile.
We got to move these goat fences because the goats have been in this area out here for just a little too long. They've eaten everything down around this back barn, so we're going to move them just to the other side of the fence in an area they've not been in for a long time. The cow is kind of puzzled because she sees I'm moving fences, and that usually means, oh, I'm going to greener pastures. But baby, you're already on the greenest pasture. She's already on the best spot. So we're not moving. I'm just stealing a goat fence and putting up one wire. Whoa, that was kind of funny. I just walked into a fence post. This is the moment where the goats realize they're not in a fence. Well, they're still in a fence, but they have all this behind me that they could roam into for the first time ever. They've never roamed on this pasture. Let's watch this because I think we could learn something from this. The cow in this area, she focuses in 100% on the clover and the fine grass and just takes that out. The goats, on the other hand, cruise through and find the tallest, biggest, ugliest weeds and gobble them first and ignore the clover. They can eat that later. You know their first choice is their favorite, the thing they go to first, so cows and goats couldn't be more different in their first choice foods. Now we're on the other side of the fence. The goats are right up there. That's where we just were, on that side of the fence, the house side. So we're on the outside of our perimeter fence, our current perimeter fence. Hopefully it's bigger in the future. And we're gonna give the goats this little strip on the creek. They love this area. It's lush, it's green, there's lots of brambles in it. I'd say it's one of their favorite spots, or at least it's one of my favorite spots to put them. I've got this fence tucked under our perimeter fence. I'm gonna grab it and we're gonna start here and run it up here and then down all the way back to the barn. They'll be enclosed right here. I fell in the creek. It's not very often that I fall down. I have really good balance, I feel like. And I just fell in the creek. And at least my feet are cool. I was holding this whole roll of fence, fighting the fence, it just fell right in. Is that funny, Brighton?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, the fence is set up. It took a while. Just high brush and steep hills and that creek that got me. The creek got me. It won. But I don't know if we'll stick the goats out in it this evening. Probably we'll wait till tomorrow and let them out in there. What's going on here?
We're about to eat. Chillaxing.
We are
Chillaxing.
chillaxing, like he said.
Drinking bubble water.
Drinking bubble water, and we've been eating cooked lamb's quarter that Joy made us. I'm reading the Green Ember series because Grace just read it and Joyful and said I should read it. Oh, did you set up the goat fence?
Yeah.
That is very exciting. They'll be so happy because they ate that area down.
I know.
So it was time.
They're loose in the pasture right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet they love it. They love it. Let's go see them.
Hey, Wilder, show Mama the bird's nest.
What kind of bird it is? Don't touch.
Don't pick them up.
Do we know what kind of bird it is?
Yeah.
Some birds build their nest on the ground.
That is so beautiful.
One of them was out the other day. We put it back in. Don't touch him.
Did you swallow a fly? I think she just swallowed a fly. I just got my essential oils in so I can make her some new fly spray and then she won't have such a hard time. They're really not that bad. With the fly spray, she'll have a lot less. I'm sorry, darling. Right here.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, gosh.
Here, let's look at the cubs. I don't know if I can catch her. You'll probably catch Monica. Norma Jean does not like to come in. Hey, go.
What are you saying?
These are so big.
They're so big? He's saying geese are so big.
The blue ones.
They are big. When they're beside you, they're almost as big as you, aren't they?
Yeah. Bite me.
Yeah, they will bite you. Come on, let's go.
Look at what Joy did. It's so pretty.
It is.
Got 11 eggs today. Breakfast.
11 eggs.
Yeah, breakfast is served tomorrow. I ran out of eggs today because I had some rotten ones that destroyed my breakfast, and I had given 2 dozen away yesterday. So, breakfast for tomorrow. Dinner.
You're a good greens eater. What kind of greens are those?
Lamb's quarter and kale.
The girls are serving us like at a restaurant, and we're in an extremely beautiful setting.
I set it up.
You mean if we make you laugh, you might drop it?
She's good at that.
Good job.
No, Wilder doesn't get in yet. You have to finish his green.
It's really pretty, Gracie.
Well, guys, we've had fun today, and I hope that you've enjoyed joining us for a beautiful day. It was warm today. Now it's actually quite cool.
I know, we all need jackets now.
It's one of the nice things about
The mountains.
the mountains.
It gets cool in the evening.
It's been another great day on the homestead. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.
See you in the next video.
Bye. You're
Little
so cute.